Hello and welcome back to the Oligarchy, dear friends. We have a tip here. When brewing potions, it's best to follow the recipe closely. In your list of recipes, you can quickly prepare all necessary ingredients onto the alchemy table. Okay, let's resume. Last time, if I remember correctly, I healed myself. Now we need to eat and wash. Eat from the pot or pour a potion? Yummy.
That's really good. So good I wouldn't say no to some more.
Then let's eat some more.
Aye, true bliss is a full belly.
How's your day? How has your day been? I don't know. Today I'm... actually, when I was a child, I was diagnosed as retarded. And sometimes I can't find my words. But something happened. Okay, he's taking care of him. Something happened a few years back. And the word retarded, repair kit, marksman, became quite controversial. Yeah, you couldn't use it. You couldn't say about anyone that they are retarded. And I wanted to tell you all how retarded I am. And I was afraid of doing that because I might get cancelled. But if I am retarded, then I can say about other stuff that they are retarded, right? At any rate.
I feel like a new man.
Enough joking around. Oh, there's a dog. And it's not my dog. Let's see. Player. Injured torso. Hunger. We're hungry again. Nourishment 50. We still need maximum 150. Can we... You won't get any clearer washing in a throw. For that you need the bats. There's also some bread. Big loaf of bread. And some apples. At any rate, I wanted to tell you that I savor schnapps. Interesting. That I had an interesting day. Saving the game. The game saves automatically during important moments or when you quit using the save and quit option in the menu. You can also save by sleeping in your bed or by drinking savior schnapps. 48, man, nourishment goes down fast. Savior schnapps, saves the game. Nutrition 90%, freshness 100%. You mean this thing also has a condition? Does it go bad? Okay, durability infinite. Alcohol 6%. It's like a strong beer or wine. Oh, and now I can save the game. But I would like to set them some controls, key bindings. Throw stone, pat the dog, equip the torch, lore, no. Should I lock on to opponent tab? Maybe I should use this. Maybe I should use this, mouse button 5. Nice. Special attack F. Next opponent, abort attack E. Oh, interesting. The inventory. I would like to switch it to tab. Oh, cycle tabs. For real? Cycle tabs. What if I put minus? Confirm. Yes. Now if I hit tab. Inventory. Oh, it's those tabs. Oh, I don't really care about those tabs. I think we should eat some more. What's our nourishment? 62%. We need more. More food. 62, now 77. So it's 15.
Empty. I'll have to go somewhere else.
I ate everything. I'm sorry, lady. You've been very good to me. And I ate all your food. But now... Show yourself to Bozina. I took care of myself the way Bozina wanted. I have to ask her how Sir Hans is coming along. This is... Let's talk to her.
I did what you asked.
And you didn't faint while doing it. I'm pleased, Henry. I had to pour a whole Lethean potion into you last night. That's what I call medicine. It
I
can
don't know
either
that.
put a dead man back on his feet or make sure he never gets up again. So consider yourself lucky.
I will. But what about Capon?
Well, he's less lucky. That brute really knocked him about before Hans beat the life out of him.
No. What happened here? Can I help? Well, I'd like to know more, though my first impulse would be to ask if I can help.
What happened here?
It all happened so fast. Hans had a brawl with him outside, then he staggered in, said something about Fortuna, and collapsed on the floor. And you saw the other fella outside. I didn't get a wink of sleep with that corpse in my yard.
Is there any way I can help? I owe it to Capon, and I want to do whatever I can.
You owe him, all right. I've got a bit of that Lethean potion left. It ought to work wonders on him, same as on you. But I can't just give it to him now. First, we have to deal with that fever. The best and fastest remedy for that is chamomile decoction. Luckily, it ain't too hard to brew, but we'll need some fresh sage for it. And, of course, chamomile. You ought to be able to manage that. You've got young legs and eyes, and I reckon a bit of a stroll would do you good.
I know about herbs. How do I recognize the herbs? Lethean potion is dangerous, isn't it? Yeah, but I'd like to know more.
Easy as pie. I can do that. Ma used to put sage in sauces and served it with meat. I'll check the kitchen.
Christ wounds! Try thinking with your head and not your stomach. We need freshly picked sage, not some dried herb, so listen up.
Reputation
Sage
lost.
has a purple blossom, and chamomile has white petals with a yellow centre. At the back of the hut, there's a footpath leading up to the rocks. You go along there till you reach a sort of small meadow. You ought to find both of them there.
Great. I'll be back in a jiffy with a couple of handfuls.
All right. I'll be glad if you get back here soon. I don't feel right being here with that corpse in my yard. Seeing him lying there gives me chills. I can't think straight.
I understand. It makes me anxious too. Maybe I could manage to bury him somewhere. Or at least hide him somewhere further off in the woods.
The Lord be praised. I'd be truly glad of that. Do you feel up to it, laddie? You ain't in the best of shape, and digging a grave's a tough job, even for a healthy fella.
I think I can manage. You're right. I don't feel great.
Not to worry. I'll see what I can manage. It's on account of us that he's here anyway. I wouldn't want you to have any more trouble. And a bit of effort, even if it's a dirty job, is the least I owe you.
Well, if you think you can manage it, good, but don't overstrain yourself. And thanks.
Where should I put him?
Grab the spade by the dung pile and bury him by the creek. The soil will be softer there, so it should be easier. When you head out the gate, follow your nose. Find a good spot somewhere in the reeds and nettles. And when you're done with that, better have a wash, so's you don't have the stench of death on you.
True. I'll bear that in mind.
I'll sort out the rest with Ignatius, the gravedigger, when he comes by again, so's I don't have that wretch lying here till Judgment Day.
All right. I'll get to it.
Least we can do is be kind to this woman for all the help she gave us. Optional, take the spade. Thanks to Bozina, I feel a lot better and I'm back on my feet. Sir Hans is going to need a remedy for his fever, so I have to get a hold of some fresh herbs. I need to pick up chamomile as well as sage. I'm a bit an idiot with my option when I said that. I'll find it in the kitchen. At any rate, Bozina said there's a path that leads from behind the cottage through the rocks to a glade, where I'll find the sage she needs. If I'm going to bury someone, I need the right tool, like a spade, which should be somewhere near the manure pit. Okay.
The bandages are still quite fresh. I won't have to change them till evening.
Map. Side quests. Tasks. Pick sage. Pick chamomile. But first we need to pick the... Can we loot this guy? Oh, he has some stuff on him. Okay, transfer all items. Nice. Hunting sword, yes.
This will be the weapon used by the bastard who cut up Sir Hans.
We cannot wash ourselves. But we can equip this. Oh, it's bloody. This isn't just any piece of cloth, it's a sacred part of the miner's dress and Yakker traditions. Okay. Body 1, gambeson or tunic. Gambeson. A heavily worn, patched cover quilted gambeson. Sadly, adding more patches to it won't make it any better. And the tunic. A short linen tunic is worn by rich and poor alike as a base for the rest of the outfit. Oh, the gambeson offers us so much more defense. Though it makes more noise. And a lot of conspicuousness. Oh, it's one or the other. Okay. And the belt. The belt is primarily used to hold weapons, which are then much easier and faster to access. Of course, the amount of things that can be attached to the belt is limited. Pouch. Equipping a pouch will open up slots that you place potions and food into. You can then quickly consume these during combat. Slots. The maximum number of slots you can have is 4, but not every pouch will allow you to use all of them. If you have a marked item that can be placed in the bag, you can place it as it follows. E activates slot selection. WSD move between slots. E equip item to the slot. Okay, I got this. Okay, so this is pouch slot, open slots for food and potions. Interesting. Okay, belt. Equipping a belt will increase the number of slots you can equip items, weapons, shields, and ammunition to. This is for the pouch. I don't have a pouch, I had a belt. For weapons, shields, and ammunition. You can then quickly swap between them in combat. Okay, that's good to know. Slots. The maximum number of slots you can have is 4. 1 by default and up to 3 additional ones depending on the belt you wear. Combinations. One weapon, shield, or ammunition can be equipped in multiple slots, allowing you to create variable weapon sets. For example, you can combine one shield with multiple different weapons such as swords, sword and shield, axe and shield, etc. Okay, E and then WS. Okay, I see. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Using your belt and pouch. You can use the items in your belt and pouch at any time. Press 1 to 4 to pull out the weapon in the selected slot. Press it again to put it away. B to open your belt and pouch, and hold B to pull out or put away the weapon in the active slot. Interesting. And hold 5 through 8 to consume the item in the selected slot. Okay. With our belt, we have another slot. Legs. Beggar. Hose. No one makes hose for beggars. They have to be passed down from person to person, each one poorer than the last until they reach the poorest of all, which is Henry right now. Legs, boots, vagrant. Shoes, plain ankle-high laced-up shoe boots with a raised toe, suitable for wealthy travelers and poor vagrants alike. Okay, and we have some food, some of which is starting to lose its condition. Savior schnapps. Oh, nourishment 74. Repair marksman ointment. A set of tools for keeping your bow or crossbow in good condition. Includes lubricant, replacement bowstrings, and tools to repair other minor damage. Where's the weapon? Hunting sword, basic. The hunting sword is the faithful companion of every hunter or poacher. It is usually used to finish off hunted game, but it's also handy for cutting kindling for a fire. Okay, let's put it in weapon slot 1. In weapon slot 1. Okay. How do I remove it? Okay, good. Torch. Where do I need to put the torch? Okay, there. May it be a light for you in dark places when all other lights go out. This is from Lord of the Rings. Okay. Nice. Nourishment 74. I think we should eat some carrots. 76. 78. And an apple. 80. 82. 84. Okay. Let's wash ourselves. You're as clean as you can get in a trough. Layer. I'm no longer bloody. My clothes are not bloody. Blood 0%, dirt 0%, dirt 30%. Still have some dirt on them. That's fine. Let's grab this torch. Okay. Huh. I saw something, but this is the toilet. Where is the manure? That's a rake. Oh, this is the spade. The shovel. Spade. Pick up the corpse. Oh, man. Okay. Let's grab the body. Carry the corpse to the stream. I think down. The stream goes down, right? Compass. The compass located at the top of the screen will help you navigate the world. Let's see. M. I. Carry the corpse to the stream. Yeah. Let me see. I need to go right the road. Take a right somewhere here. Or should we just go straight? Oh, there's a boar there. Oh, we fell. Thankfully, there's no one around here. Huh, see some flowers.
Ah, shit! Oh, my shoulder. Oh, this bastard's hard work. I'll put him down somewhere for a while so I can start digging.
Okay. Where do we start digging? By the stream? Here? Maybe here. Start digging. Carry the corpse to the grave and bury it. Where did I leave the corpse? Oh, here it is. After quite a bit of arduous work.
May the earth rest lightly on you, you bastard. I hope you find peace. And don't come out to haunt anyone.
Lepiota. What is Lepiota? You can easily recognize the Lepiota even at a distance. It's tall and has a wide cap. Nourishment -5. Durability 1 day. So it's gonna nettle. Man, this animation. We got some nettle. Will it go bad? Maybe we shouldn't. More nettle. At any rate, I think I saw a boar. Should we fight it? No, it's the pig. I shouldn't have done that. Oh my goodness, my stamina is so low. I hit once and then I'm tired. Ooh, that's not good. Maybe it was this lady's pig and I just attacked it like a dummy.
Well, seems Bohemia isn't some quack. She's got a damn good setup here.
Okay, I'm not gonna look at that. What does she have? Marigold. Maybe I shouldn't steal from her. St. John's Wort. She has a lot of plants. Anything interesting in here? Nope. Axe. I'm not gonna steal her axe. She needs it to cut wood. To chop wood. To get worm.
Damn, his shoulder still hurts like hell. Maybe now it'll tell me when it's gonna rain.
At night, a scoundrel stalked us at Bohemia. Capon took care of him. Although he caught it pretty badly himself, I figured it best to clear the that bastard from the yard and put under the ground to calm Bohemia. God have mercy on his sinful soul. I need to pick chamomile as well as sage. Bohemia said there's a path that leads from behind the cottage through the rocks, through the living life and the sage. Okay, F and E. I see. Oh, there's a stag. Comfrey. What kind of plant is this? Comfrey. There's a rabbit. Sage.
Purple flower. Sage. There we go.
More. Okay. Now we need some chamomile. Is it chamomile or chamomile? This is it. Yeah, Grandma used to make
chamomile
tea.
Right.
Chamomile.
I've got all the herbs I need. So back to Bohemia on the double. The sooner Hans gets that remedy, the better.
Bohemia. Well, Henry said he'll grab a handful. Now I think I grabbed too much. I'm destroying this population. It won't grow back if I take everything. Oh, but there are so many patches. Oh, can I grab that? No, this is not Skyrim. I hear the dog.
What's that dog making such a fuss about?
Something's happening. Something's going to be. Just remember, no, not all sticky situations have to be solved through violence. Sometimes even the worst enemies can be reasoned with. Uh-oh.
Somewhere in the rock. What do you know about it?
Who are you, fellas?
Hey, you! What do you want? Come here and tell me who you are, or I'll drum it out of you.
Let's talk
You
this.
fucking hear me? Tell me what you want here, or you'll see. Lord von Bergov sent us to find the renegades who ambushed some knights company down by the pond yesterday. A couple of them fled and are hiding out here in the rocks. So tell me who you are and what you know about it.
We're messengers and we were ambushed. You don't look like von Burgos, man.
You're from Lord von Bergov? You don't look like it.
Kurva! Watch your tongue with me, boy. When I say we're from von Bergov, then we're from fucking von Bergov. Who else would we be from anyway? You can talk to me or talk to Cold Steel. Who the hell are you? And what are you doing here?
You're looking in the wrong place. Clear off. We send them away. Lie. Maybe this?
I'm Pavel, and I'm here to help Bohemia.
Oh, I think we're gonna fail.
Attack. But I met some of von Bergov's men in the woods too. They had his shields and Waffenrocks. They were looking for some cutthroats. I gave them directions here, so you can join them once they get here.
Fuck.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Fuck it. Just tell them we'll wait for them in the tavern in Jelly-Off. All right?
Oh, can't believe we managed to trick them.
The devil take it. That's all I need.
Good thing.
Mixed up in all sorts of nonsense at my age.
Good thing I washed all the stench of death from us. Bohemia.
Did they hurt you?
No, but I think they would have if you hadn't come along.
Sorry. I reckon it was one of those who followed us yesterday.
Look here. I almost got slaughtered twice in one day on account of you two. God be praised that my Pavlena wasn't here. Heaven knows what they'd have done to her. So, I'd like to know why all this is happening. Your friend was talking in a delirium in the night, saying you was knights. But if you two are knights, then I'm the Queen of Sheba.
You deserve to know the truth, I can't tell. She's been kind to us. We'll tell her the truth.
Well, I must bow to your ladyship. Sir Hans is the young lord of Leiper and Perkstein. I'm Henry of Skalitz, son of Sir Radzig Kobyla, and I'm his bodyguard. We were heading to Trotsky to deliver a message from Sir Hanish of Leiper and Margrave Jobst to Lord von Bergov. But we were ambushed by bandits yesterday down by the pond, and you already know the rest. And as God is my witness, we're no bandits. I swear to you, I'm thankful to you for saving us. And I'm sorry it caused you trouble.
Well, you sound sincere, so I'll take your word for it. I hope I won't live to regret it.
You won't. I promise you.
Promises are made to be broken, but thank you for dealing with them. I was sure they'd see through you. You thought up quite a story. It was a story, right?
Oh, I didn't meet anyone up top, but they swallowed it all right. What about Sir Hans? How's he doing?
He's holding up, I'd say. I treated his wounds, and I'll change his bandages shortly. But what he needs most now is that remedy. Have you got everything for it?
Yes.
Here. Chamomile and sage, like you said.
Excellent. Now to brew the potion from them. I gave you two the last of my supply during the night. But fresh is best anyways. It's a shame my daughter Pavlena ain't back yet. She'd get it done in a jiffy. But we'll just have to manage without her. But you can do it too. It ain't nothing hard. My eyes are so bad, it'd take me all day. But at least I can tell you how to go about it.
I can see her eyes are bad. She has not glaucoma, I think cataractus or something.
All right, I'll try.
I don't know how. I have a little experience.
But I'm not sure how to do it.
I told you, I'll explain everything. I have a book here with the recipe, but it'll be better if I tell you. I know it by heart.
I can read as well as any man, if that's what you mean.
My word. Maybe you really are a noble son.
I'll take the book just in case, but if you give me some advice, I'd be grateful.
Of course. Everything we need is in the hut. Let's get to it.
Okay. Brew a healing potion. Venoms and poisons. Alchemy. And... Some fellows came to Bohemia looking for us. They claimed to be from Lord von Burgo, but that was a lie. More likely they belonged to the band that attacked us down by the pond. Thankfully, I managed to throw them off our trail with a masterful lie and make them leave, but it was a close call. I have taken care of them, and Bohemia and we should be free of them. I have to brew a herbal remedy for Sir Hans. Bohemia has an alchemical apparatus in an alcove here, and if I'm at a loss, she'll tell me what to do. So it should be easy enough. Inventory, player, crafting. Something new. Venoms and poisons. Venoms and poisons were a relatively common way of solving socio-political problems. The most commonly used poisons were alkaloids from hemlock, henbane, deadly nightshade, or poisonous mushrooms added to food or drinks. Among the most popular drugs were abortifacients, inducing abortion, aphrodisiacs, stimulating sexual excitement, analgesics, relieving pain, antiseptics, destroying bacteria, digestives, improving digestion, laxatives, promoting bowel movements, narcotics, inducing sleep with calming effects, and tonics, acting regeneratively and nutritively on the body. I told you I was retarded. I had a retarded speech. One of the worst food poisonings that affected broader rural social involved rye contaminated with a parasitic ergot fungus. Before identifying the source of the poisoning, thousands of people fell victim to it, often resulting in accusations against local witches. Ergot, in lethal doses, causes delirium and hallucinations. Interesting. Good lore, good to know. Ooh, look at these guys. Ooh, throwing up. Drinking wine, drinking poison. Even the goat is throwing up. And the skeleton, the dead, is taking them for a ride. Indeed, the origins of witchcraft beliefs and accusations often stemmed from intoxication by psychedelic substances, sometimes used in the production of potions and ointments. Interesting. Okay. Dugout shelters? A dugout shelter is a form of smaller and more makeshift housing. One room dug into the ground with steps leading down into it. It was covered with a simple thatched roof. These were home to poor people or a provisional shelter for woodcutters, charcoal burners, and shepherds who did not live in them all year round. Okay. Let's see. I think this is the lab, right? Start alchemy. Are you gonna help us, Bohemia, please? Please.
Well done. I got rid of that corpse for you.
God bless you, Henry. Thank you kindly. I'll sleep easier now, and when Ignatius the Gravedigger comes by, I'll get him to take care of the rest.
Okay. Let's start alchemy.
First, go to the recipe book.
The recipe book is on your right. Press E so you can browse it. Read.
Now find the recipe for chamomile decoction, and remember what you have to do. Then get back to the bench and we'll start.
You can flip through the book using A or D, and by pressing Q you can switch between recipes and the herbarium. When you are finished reading, go back to the brewing by pressing R. Chamomile brew. This is the only one. Sleep heals you faster, and if good quality, energy replenishes faster while sleeping. You will need wine, 2 handfuls of chamomile, and a handful of sage.
You must have read it by now, surely.
As the chamomile and add the chamomile and boil for 1 turn. Grind the sage and add it to the cauldron. Finally pour. Add the chamomile and boil for 1 turn. Grind the sage and add it to the cauldron. Finally pour. Okay. Woodworm.
If you've read the recipe, get back to the bench. All right. First, you have to pour the right base into the cauldron. Choose the right pitcher from the shelf on the left, according to the recipe.
Every potion needs a liquid base. Jugs containing the bases can be found on the shelf to the left. Select the right base and press E to pour it into the cauldron. I think it was wine. Pour the wine.
So, what did you pour in there?
Wide, of course. Like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit.
Move the cauldron down.
Hear that bubbling? It's boiling. Remember that well. For most potions, you just have to simmer the herbs for a bit. But sometimes you need to get it good and hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling. It's boiling! To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down quick, take it off the flames. Try it. Move the cauldron up. Good. Now we'll start with the brewing. Get all the herbs that you need ready. The ones you picked. Put them there on the shelf, so you've got them at hand.
Chamomile and comfrey. Confirm. No, not comfrey. Sage, sorry.
All right, let's get to it. First, throw 2 handfuls of chamomile into the cauldron.
One. Take a handful of herbs from the bag.
Before you put it on the flame, turn the sand glass so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact. Every grain of sand counts.
Turn them.
See? When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn. That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts bubbling. Then turn the sand glass. As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again. Ain't that enough? Take the cauldron off the flames. All right. Now, take 1 handful of sage, grind it with a mortar and pestle, and drop it in the cauldron.
Where's the mortar and pestle? Take a handful of sage from the bag and press E to drop it into the mortar, and press E to grind.
Have you ground it? Good. Now, drop it in the cauldron. You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant it. Get a phial and pour it in.
Potions can be finished by decanting or distilling. This depends on the recipe. To decant a potion, take the phial from the shelf on the left and select the cauldron holding E. To distill, take the phial and select the retort located below the cauldron by holding. So we take a phial. Cauldron. And
Come on now, get it finished. Done. Now, let's see what you've brewed.
chamomile brew, amount 2, price 25. Okay. Leave the table.
Here it is.
Ooh, by the smell of it, it's a chamomile decoction the way it should be.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
All right. Is there anything else I can do to help?
I reckon you've done all you could. What you need now is a bit of rest. Go and get a good sleep. That works wonders.
Okay, you are tired. You get rid of fatigue by sleeping in a bed. Furthermore, your health regenerates faster. Okay. Okay. I picked the herbs as Bozina advised and brewed a chamomile remedy for Sir Hans. I handed it over to Bozina and now she'll take care of Sir Hans. Bozina said I should get some more rest. The sensible thing would be to take her advice and go and lie down. A good sleep works wonders. Sorry about that. Ooh, because we're tired, right? Some of our things are buffed down. Secondary, persuasion, coercion, impression. Okay, charisma, conspicuousness. I'm gonna have to read all of these. Oh my goodness, alchemy. The art of transmutation. For example, the knowledge of the right combination of substances and their transformation into higher and nobler forms. To make the alchemical process successful, it is necessary to observe the correct cooking time. The greater your alchemy skills, the more you can deviate from it without repercussions. In addition, to achieve truly masterful potions, you will need to follow the recipe procedure exactly and have the ingredients as fresh as possible. You will gain experience by brewing potions, and the more precisely you follow the procedure, the more experience you will gain. Fair combos, buffs. You're exhausted, your physical capabilities are hindered, and you can't concentrate, meaning your speech is less persuasive than usual. Your charisma also takes a hit. Eventually you'll start fainting. Your strength, agility, speech, and charisma are lowered based on your level of exhaustion. Oh, interesting. My skill is not, right? I want to brew one more, but first I need to take a short break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I drank some ginger tea and it upset my belly. So, you will need wine, 2 handfuls of chamomile and a handful of sage. Add the chamomile and boil for 1 turn. Grind the sage and add it to the cauldron. Finally pour. Okay, so inventory, chamomile, sage, confirm, wine. We pour it. We move the cauldron. We use the bellow. We move the cauldron. Take one chamomile. We add it. Throw it in. We use another one. We put it under. Bring it to a boil. And we use the sand glass. Okay, we need to, okay. Take the sage. We grind it. We drop it in. Take a file. And we just pour it. Chamomile brew too. Okay.
I should have boiled that chamomile on a smaller fire.
Oh. Alchemy basics. Using alchemy, you can brew various potions at an alchemy table. All you need is a recipe and the right ingredients. Where can you brew? You can find alchemy tables all throughout the world. And as long as it isn't in a restricted area, you can use it freely. They're also marked with an icon on your map. Awesome. What can you make? You can find all your recipes in the player menu under the crafting tab. You can expand your knowledge by finding and learning recipes throughout the world. What will you brew with? Every potion requires certain herbs, belladonna, mint, etc. Or special ingredients, charcoal, boar's tusk, according to the recipe. All the necessary ingredients can be found in nature, or you can buy them from herbalists and apothecaries. Okay, next page. On an alchemy table, you'll find the tools you need to prepare potions, working at an alchemical table. When you look around the table, you'll see banners with names of every piece of equipment. To interact with a piece of equipment, you first have to look at it. Descriptions of all the parts of the alchemy table can be found on the next page. Example, if you look at the cauldron, an option to use it will appear among the other hints in the bottom right of the screen. In the case of a cauldron, you can move it up and down. E to use the equipment that you're looking at. Recipe book. Once you start the alchemy activity, Henry will prepare a book of recipes on the rack. When you look at it, you'll be given the option to look inside. In the recipe book, you'll find all the recipes you know, and if you learn a new one, it'll appear in the book. You can return to the book at any time during the brewing process. While reading the recipe, you can automatically prepare all the necessary ingredients if you have them in your inventory. E to look at the book while looking at it. Hold E to prepare all necessary ingredients. Interesting. That's easier than choosing them. Okay. The liquid base of the potion is not in your inventory, but you can always find it on the shelf to the left of the cauldron. The necessary ingredients you must have with you to prepare the potion. Preparation steps, illustrated procedure. The explanations of all symbols can be found on the next page. Okay. The illustrated preparation procedure shows how to prepare the selected potion. The steps are numbered and read clockwise. All symbols are described below. Throw the ingredients into the cauldron, grind the ingredients in the mortar, boil the cauldron. Brewing time is determined by the number of turns of hourglass. Boil the cauldron using the bellows. Interesting. Use the bellows to fan the flame and make the cauldron boil faster. I think I boiled it too hot. Finish the potion by pouring it into the prepared vial. Finish the potion using still by distilling. Finish the potion by pouring it into the mortar and grinding it. Use to finish gunpowder. Interesting. Alchemy, liquid base. After reading the recipe, you can start brewing. Making each potion starts with pouring the correct liquid base into the cauldron. You can find out what base to use in the recipe. You have a choice of water, wine, oil, and spirits. You can find the base in the jugs on the shelf to the left of the cauldron. Just look at it and then choose to pour it. If you pour the wrong liquid into the cauldron or make any other mistake at any time, you can start brewing again, but you will lose the ingredients you used. So you hold R to start brewing again. Water, wine, oil, and spirits. Ingredients. Lay out the necessary ingredients on the table from your inventory. These will usually be herbs with the occasional special ingredient. You can prepare the ingredients by opening your inventory and selecting them. You can have up to 3 types of herbs and 3 special ingredients. All of them are located to the right of the cauldron. Right here, the prepared ingredients. Herbs. You pick up herbs by the handful and can only take 1 handful at a time. After picking them up, you can toss them into the cauldron with the base poured over them, into the mortar or into the storage bowl. Storage bowl. You can put the necessary amount of herbs into the storage bowl, even ground, so that they can be added to the cauldron all at once. Interesting. Prepare special ingredients. Mortar. You can grind herbs and certain special ingredients in the mortar. First add ingredients, then you can use the pestle to grind them in the mortar. You can also grind multiple ingredients at once, but you can't separate them. They behave just like herbs, except you can only have 1 of each. Some can be ground in the mortar for obvious reasons. I to open the inventory, E to pick up and select them. Okay. Brewing temperature and time. Yeah, this is for me to regulate the boiling of the cauldron by adjusting its height above the fire and using the bellows to fan the fire. The brewing time is then determined by turning the hourglass. Cauldron. The cauldron can be hung above the fire at 2 heights. High above the flame, 1. It won't boil. If you put it directly over the fire, 2. It will start to boil after a while. You can tell when it's boiling by the bubbles on the surface. If you move the cauldron up, move the bellows beneath the cauldron, you will fan the flame and the cauldron will start boiling intensely. If the cauldron is too high above the fire, it won't boil. If it's directly over the fire, the contents will begin to boil. If you fan the fire by using the bellows, the cauldron will boil faster. Yeah. Sandglass. The sandglass is found to the right of the cauldron and you can use it to measure the cooking time. But beware, the cauldron's contents will boil regardless of whether you're measuring time or not. X to adjust the height. Q to use the bellows. F to turn the hourglass. Tip. Temperature is essential in alchemy. Some recipes require a gentle boil and others a strong boil. Yeah, I used the bellows and I shouldn't have. Finishing the potion. To complete the potion, take the bottle and then choose one of the 3 ways to complete it. The way you must finish the potion is always written in the recipe. Pouring the potion, you can only pour the potion. To do this, just look at the cauldron with a vial in hand and finish the potion. Distillation. You can distill the potion. To do this, look at the still with a vial in hand and finish the potion. gunpowder collection. This method is only for finishing gunpowder. Once you're done, look at the mortar and finish the potion. You don't need a vial. Okay. And if you manage to brew the potion correctly, a table with its description will appear. This will show you what quality of potion you brewed. Potions can be brewed in 4 different qualities. The final quality of potion is influenced by how closely you follow the procedure, the length and temperature of the brewing process, and the freshness of the herbs. If you make a mistake somewhere during the brewing process, Henry will comment on it at the end and suggest what went wrong. That's awesome. Thanks, Henry. Okay, let's do this. Question: if I read, can I prepare the potions? Oh, awesome. They're already prepared. Wine. Let me read it again. So, first, I put the chamomile. Burn it, cauldron it for 1 turn. Okay, back to the table. So, 1, 2. Remove the cauldron. We turn the hourglass. We move up the cauldron. Take some sage. Grind it in the mortar. Drop it in. Take a file. And we pour it. Let's see what we got. Yeah, level 3. That's what I'm talking about. Chamomile brew. Do we still have? This is the quantity. Let's brew everything. We prepared everything. Put some wine. Sorry if this takes a little bit of time. Actually, I find it quite fascinating. It's better than in what was it called? Skyrim. Yeah, in the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, you would just look at the animations, and the same animation. You would choose the things. And just press click, 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 and make 1,000 potions. And your alchemy would raise up by a few levels. Hopefully this is a level 3 potion. Don't know if there's a level 4. Yeah, nice. Chamomile and sage, confirm. Let's pour some wine. Only question is, will the potions also go bad after a couple of days? Or do they stay fresh forever? I love it that there are shortcuts for the thing is you don't actually have to look at them. Awesome. Henry is actually starting to move faster. Let's take a file and pour it. And I love the fact that I've reached alchemy level 9. Okay, I'm gonna do just one more. I want to see how many. So 13 and 6. We had 13 and 6. Let's grind it. And pour it here. We prepare a file. And we pour it. Remember, we had 13 chamomile and 6 sage. Awesome. Ah, okay, so indeed we used 2 chamomile and 1 sage, and the freshness went down. Okay, let's leave the table. I have a lot of plants, but I don't know what to do with them. Okay, so we have chamomile brew. For 1 day, sleep will heal you 3 times faster. For 1 day, sleep will heal you 4 times faster and restore energy 2 times faster. Awesome. Yeah, we're gonna have to drink. Oh, they have condition and durability infinite. Oh, so it's actually good to make them. I have 12. Okay, I have a lot. Should I keep making them? Materials. Huh. Crafting. Alchemy. I want to reach level 10. I'm gonna do one more. I think one's enough. Right? Okay, I learned it by heart. I don't even need to check the... Take some sage, grind it. Pour it in, take a file, and pour the content. Okay, apparently, no. Huh. Apparently we're not there yet. Will we reach level 10? Can we? But level 30 is the top. It's quite fast, actually. I would have expected to be a level 1. Okay, I think I just heard our stomach. Maybe we're hungry. Yeah, I guess we can't spend all day doing alchemical stuff. Okay, we've reached level 10 and we gained a new perk, Lab Dweller. Yep. Let's check out what happened. So, we reached level 10 and we unlocked a perk. You've spent countless hours at the alchemist table. Thanks to regularly inhaling various fumes, your body has gotten used to absorbing all sorts of substances and quickly mitigating their negative effects. The effect of potions and alcohol will last longer, and your eventual hangovers will be a little shorter. Awesome! Okay. Our stats are hunger. You're hungry. Your stamina is decreased and eventually will start losing health, tiredness. Nourishment. I think we need to eat something. Food. What do we have? Drinking water. Nourishment +1. No. Cheese. Bread. Cheese. Lepiota. I think we need to cook this thing. And then we're gonna eat what is okay, nourishment 68, and if we eat some cheese, +26, 94, awesome, we're no longer hungry. Right? Right. Right as rain. Man, food's gonna be quite a... I don't know if it will be a challenge or not, but I think we're gonna have to be careful with it. Also, we should drink one of these bad potions. Drink it. Nice. Layer. Buffs. Chamomile brew effect. Sleeping heals you 3 times faster. Yes, please. Can we pick it? You do not have a lockpick. You need a lockpick. You can find them in various places or buy them from shady guys. I don't have a lockpick. This is not my bed. Repair kit, tailor. Yes, please. Take it.
We
Bozina?
did what we could for Hans. The rest is in God's hands. Now go and rest. A bit of sleep will do you good.
Thanks, Bozina. There's nothing else around here, right? We ate all the food. We can't cook, can we? Oh, we can. Cook item. Please cook the lepiota. And the onions. Huh. Okay, food. Cooked onion, yeah. +4 nourishment. Cooked lepiota, +4 nourishment. Of course I'm gonna eat it. You're not wearing a pouch. Oh, eat. And now I think I overate. Let's see what happens. Overeating. You have gorged too much food and you feel sick. Your maximum stamina is lowered. Of course it is. Minus 67. Okay. Time to sit. Okay, and I don't have anything. So we're just gonna sleep and save, I guess. Bye-bye, Bozina. For how long? Oh, this is the tiredness. 2 hours, 3 hours, 4, 6, 5, 6, 7. 7 is enough. Sleep. We're having nightmares again.
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
Where's my fucking sword?
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine. And I plan to take everything.
Rotted hell!
Ooh.
Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
The stronger dog fucks the bitches. And war is a nasty business.
Where's my fucking sword?
You know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you!
Yeah!
Don't disappoint me.
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Bad dreams. You must be Pavlena, right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night?
Hans? He's alive. How is he?
Have no fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive. Ma knows what she's doing, and that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedies she knows, and it looks like they did the trick. On that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right.
And what about you? How do you feel?
Better than yesterday.
Definitely better than yesterday. Thanks.
That's good. Ma will be glad. But I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth, a villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father, and I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your sleep. Dreams shouldn't be taken lightly. They can have real meaning, however hard they are to understand. What strikes you as the most important part of your dream?
Istvan Toth, my father's sword, my father, beautiful maiden. Lie. It was just a dream, it doesn't mean anything. The most important part. Enemies, material things, people, love. Or we are realists. Probably the most important, my father.
Without a doubt. I hope his soul and Ma's find peace.
Dreaming of a dead parent is confusing. It could mean you cling too much to the past, and you ought to find a new path. But I think it's a good thing he's more important to you than that murderer.
Thank you, I'll think about it. I don't care about old wives still. Actually, I don't care, but I'm not gonna be rude to her out of respect for her mother and what she did for us.
Thanks, Pavlina. I never thought of looking at it like that. It's a lot to think about.
You're welcome. But remember, it's only my reading. The only one who can really understand you is you yourself.
Pavlina the psychologist.
I expect you're right. So in the end, all the hard work will be on me. But this is all too much heavy thinking at once. Right now, what I need more is a little sunshine and fresh air.
Aye, that's the best remedy for many ailments. And a full stomach will help too. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
Game saved, join the others, spur points. Increasing Henry's level will also give you spur points. You can use them to unlock his other abilities and upgrades. The list of perks can be opened with E. Okay, we reached level 7. Oh. Oh. Man. Houndmaster. The art of dog handling is highly valued, and the dog will be your loyal friend. A kind companion on the road and a fierce defender. He can also find all sorts of interesting things in the area. And as his skill grows, yours will become more obedient, stronger in combat, and slower to tire when hunting. Additionally, you can gain perks that allow you to give your dog new commands. You gain experience by interacting with your dog and using its skills. Whether in combat, hunting, or on the road, start by remembering to feed him properly and pet him occasionally. This will not only give you experience, but also ensure that your dog doesn't run away from you and obey your commands correctly. Many legends tell of a brave dog saving the lives of saints or kings by defending them against enemies. You're no legendary hero, and Mutt is far from a well-bred hound, but you can rely on him not to leave you in the lurch. Mutt will defend you in battle and even attack enemies at your command. Scholarship. Can I learn this skill? Yes, I think I can. And how many skill points? 14 skill points. Scholarship is a concept as wide as the sea, and its boundaries are equally unclear. Generally speaking, it represents the sum total of factual knowledge, the ability to make logical deductions, and an understanding of the basic concepts of medieval world. Literacy allows you above all to read, a far from common skill for medieval man. The more scholarly you are, the faster you will read books and easier it will be to understand their concepts. Scholarship can also come in handy in all sorts of situations and conversations. You will increase your scholarship mainly by reading books, applying scholarship in conversations, and learning new and interesting knowledge about the world around you. Yes, please. Cushion. Among scholars, it is said that for some tasks you need your head, for others your arse, and for some both. Sometimes wisdom simply needs to be patiently acquired, and indeed everyone studies better while sitting. The buff from sitting has an increased comfort effect of 50%, so you can study faster. Okay, let's learn this. Do you really want to learn this perk? Yes. Now we have 13 points. Ooh. Charming man. Mom always said you should do one good deed every day. You carry that mother's wisdom in your heart, and that's why you often carry it in the palm of your hand. If you gain reputation, it will increase by 10%. Opportunist. He who is a friend to all is a friend to none. You can be a friend to anyone when it suits you, but you are a true friend especially to yourself. If you lose a reputation, it will be dropped by 10% less. Oh, so it's either one or the other. Charming man or opportunist. We're gonna be a charming man. Should we waste this? In strength, we don't have anything. Ooh. Agility. Speech. Although the glory of warriors. Okay, I think I already read this. Polished wares. Quality speaks for itself, but you still know how to help it along. When selling weapons, armor, or clothing that are in near perfect or perfect condition, 98 or 100, you'll gain 10% more money of them. Ooh, this is very good. Silver tongue. They say silence is golden, but for you it's usually the opposite. You gain +4 speech bonus when haggling, making it easier to negotiate better prices. Yes, please. Adept of the mystic arts. A frequent misfortune befalls many scholars, and that is a lack of funds. You need not fear this, for you trade as if Saint Christopher were guiding your hand and Mercury were whispering in your ear. You buy and sell potions, herbs, recipes, books, and alchemy-related items at 10% better prices. Yes. You grew up in a forge, so you understand the craft and all the honorable and dishonorable practices associated with it. No one can fool you in a shop. You know quality, and you can get a good price. You can sell and buy weapons, armor, and clothing at 10% better prices. Yes, please. Artisan. Adept of the mystic arts. Silver tongue. Why can't I learn more? Huh? Agility? Okay, I don't know why I can spend... Oh, what's this? Work points, level. Okay, I see. Huh. Deft hands. You wield weapons with ease and naturalness, as if you've done nothing else childhood. The required agility for all weapons will be too lower for you. In general, if you have a lower agility than the weapon requires, you will find it more difficult to fight with. But if you have a higher agility, the stamina consumption will drop. With this perk, you will reach that state sooner. This is good. Or this, featherweight. Knowing how to fall is a useful skill to have, and seeing how often life knocks you down, you've managed to pick up the art rather quickly. Fall damage is reduced. No, this one, deft hands, definitely. Yes. Don't have anything in strength or vitality. Main level. We're gonna be a charming man. Okay, and secondary. I'm gonna read those at some point. Alchemy. Art of preservation. 3 points. We can spend 3 points here. Stealth. Maybe we should spend a point in stealth. 9 points. Yeah. We spend a skill point in scholarship. So let's see stealth. The art of concealment and camouflage. The ability to observe and not be seen. To act and escape the consequences of one's actions. This art is not talked about in polite society, but everyone knows the value of a good spy, and some know the importance of a suitable murder. The higher your skill, the less noise you make when sneaking, and the harder it will be for enemies to see and detect you. You will also find it easier to avoid complications on the move when using fast travel. You gain skill by successfully picking pockets, picking locks, stealthily disposing of enemies, and especially by sneaking near enemies. We have stealth kill. Even the strongest armor has its weaknesses, and few meshes can withstand the triangular tip of a dagger. If you have a dagger equipped, you can perform a stealth kill maneuver. All you have to do is sneak up behind your unsuspecting victim and initiate a chokehold. Then be ready to press the attack to deliver the killing blow. May God have mercy on your soul. Takedown. There's no need to always reach for a weapon and waste lives. There are more merciful ways to deal with opponents and clear them out of your path. You can stealthily knock people out. To do this, sneak up to your victim and initiate a chokehold. Then be ready to press attack and finish the action and knock out your opponent. It's a good idea to hide the unconscious body so nobody stumbles across it. Your victim will regain consciousness after some time, so whatever it is you're up to, make it quick. Bushman. You walk through the undergrowth with the lightness of a breeze and agility of a snake. You will make 50% less noise when moving in bushes. One way or another, I'm gonna find ya, I'm gonna get ya, I'm gonna bit ya, one way or the other. If an opponent defends against your attempt to stun or stealth kill them, they will suffer penalties to their stats. This will make it easier for you to defeat them conventionally. This effect lasts 20 seconds. I'm gonna go with Bushman. Craftsmanship. Probably that's gonna be good as well, but let's see with alchemy. Art of preservation. You know how to store ingredients properly and keep them in a fresh and edible state for longer. Or so you tell everyone. Raw food and herbs you have in your inventory will spoil 50% slower. Yes, this is very good. Enthusiast. Practicing the alchemical craft is a pure joy for you. You can brew for hours without any sign of fatigue. While brewing potions, your energy will slowly replenish and your nourishment will not decrease. Yes, this is very good. I'm a nerd, I'm a geek. Potion seller. Making potions is a demanding and prestigious art, but an alchemist still has to make a living, ideally by selling his potions to travelers. If they can handle them, that is. You can sell potions you brew for 30% more, yes. Secrets of equilibrium. Practice makes perfect, and any theoretical knowledge is only half as good without practice. You are very precise in brewing potions and have no difficulty achieving the necessary balance of elements. The brewing process will be more tolerant of minor errors, making it easier to achieve better quality potions. Okay. Exclusive with Secret of Matter. You gradually discover the secrets of alchemy and deepen your craft. Every time you successfully brew a potion, you get one extra potion of the same quality. Okay. Mistakes? Or more if we... Potion specialist. When making and using potions, you are particularly meticulous, able to measure the exact dose needed and apply it with precision. You can poison more arrows from a single dose of poison, and it will last on your weapon for more hits. Man, all of them are so good. Purple haze. Practicing the alchemical craft has an unexpected effect on you. Under the influence of substances, your bones and muscle obey you much more. For each potion or alcohol effect you have active at one time, your vitality is increased by 1. All of them are so awesome. I'm gonna be an enthusiast. I'm gonna do Secret of Matter. 1 extra. And Poison Specialist, Potion Seller, Art of Preservation. All of them are awesome. I'm gonna go with Art of Preservation, I think. Okay. Craftsmanship. Craft has always been with man, and it is a showcase of his skill, activity, and ingenuity. It is also a source of joy, for few things surpass the satisfaction of one's own work. As your skill grows, it will become easier to achieve a good result in weapon sharpening or blacksmithing, and you will be able to forge more advanced weapons. You will also be able to repair higher quality items when maintaining your own equipment, and you will generally use fewer resources for repairs or laundry. You will gain experience by practicing the craft, blacksmithing, sharpening weapons, and using repair kits or washing clothes. Okay, razor sharp. Anyone who does not know how to take care of a sword, and especially its blade, should not wield such a weapon, and would do better to hang a club on his belt. If you sharpen a weapon on the grindstone to a condition of 98% or higher, the weapon gains a bonus effect that increases its slashing damage by 10%. This effect will remain active as long as the weapon condition stays above 75%. This is very good. 7 league boots. The more time you spend on the road, the more you appreciate good quality boots. You can even customize your boots to fit you like a glove. If you wear boots repaired by yourself, sprinting will cost you 25% less stamina. So you can run longer and go further. This is good. Well fitted. Tighten the lace here, add a leather hem between 2 sheets, sew the loose end, place the padding properly, fix the mesh correctly, and it's easier to wear and less noisy. Armor and clothing that you repair yourself with the armorer kit will make less noise when worn. The effect lasts until the item's quality level drops. All of them are awesome. This is good for stealth, this is good for running, this is good for combat. Maybe stamina? The stamina thingy? Boots. I think boots are important. This one is also awesome. Now we have 4 more skill points, and we can't use them on, maybe on drinking. Bibit Hera, Bibit Herus, Bibit Miles, Bibit Clarus, Bibit Isle, Bibit Illa, Bibit Servus cum Ancilla. I think this is Latin. As your drinking skill increases, alcohol will have less of an effect on you, therefore you won't get drunk as quickly. And if you do, the hangover will be milder and pass sooner. You'll also be at less risk of succumbing to a pernicious addiction through frequent drinking. But beware, however high your drinking skill, you will never completely rid yourself of the risk of addiction. Unsurprisingly, you can increase your drinking skill by drinking all sorts of alcohol or alcohol-based alchemical potion. Nightcap. Have a few nightcaps and off to bed. The next day, almost no one would realize you'd been drunk as a skunk the night before. That's a kind of an art. If you were meant to get a hangover while sleeping, now you won't. Plus, when you're drunk, all the beds are 10% more comfortable, so you sleep like a king. Saint Vivian's Grace. When you drink, things start happening, but surprisingly, nothing serious has ever happened to you. Under the influence of alcohol, you'll be less likely to be injured by falling from a height, because the patron saint of drinkers has a protective hand over you. Man, this is very occasional. This one, if we're drunk, we sleep better. And we don't get a hangover. Fine, waste of perk, my opinion. Horsemanship, meaning the ability to stay in the saddle knowing of riding maneuvers, mounted combat, and care of riding animals. Every nobleman and man-at-arms should master this art. As your skill increases, your horse's stamina consumption will decrease when riding at high speeds. Your horse will be less skittish when threatened, and it will be more difficult for enemies to throw you from the saddle. You gain experience by riding whenever you travel a considerable distance in the saddle. Be careful though, you won't gain experience by using fast travel. In mounted combat, you will gain experience of every enemy you defeat from the saddle. Interesting. Night training. Mastering the basic of mounted combat is a basic part of every squire's training, so don't slack off and make a good name for yourself and Lord Capone. Melee attacks from horseback will cost you 15% less stamina, and it will be harder for enemies to unseat you. This is good. Saddler. You've been around horses for a while now, and because of your affinity for the craft, you've quickly learned a lot about saddles, harnesses, and other equestrian gear. Repairs with Cobbler's Kit will be 20% more effective. Additionally, because you know pouches and satchels, well, you have a +1 bonus on thievery skills if you pickpockets. Yes, I'm gonna go with this one. Okay. Okay. Oh, snap. 2 points, and we have warfare and swords. Oh. Warfare. Your overall skill as a warrior, reflecting your knowledge of combat and all matters regarding war, your ability to navigate battlefields, the experience gained in countless skirmishes, and your growing skill in handling weapons. The higher your warfare skill, the faster your attacks will be, and the harder it will be for your opponent to read your intentions and parry your attacks. Your weapons will also take less damage during combat. Your warfare skill will increase as you improve your skills with individual weapons or unarmed combat. Swords. The skill of fighting with swords and similar weapons. Sword-like weapons are agile and allow you to hit your opponent accurately, quickly, as well as to effectively defend against incoming attacks. Long swords also give you the advantage of a longer reach. The biggest disadvantage of this weapon is that they are usually ineffective against heavily armored foes. The higher your swordsmanship skill, the faster your attacks will be, the more damage they will do, and the harder it will be for your opponents to block them. Swordsmanship experience is gained primarily by fighting using the appropriate weapons. Sword-like weapons include hunting swords, short swords, long swords, and sabers. Evade. The saying, "Pity the blow that falls short," always puts a cunning smile on your face. In combat, you can use an evasive maneuver. You can perform it by pressing the jump key along with a directional key. You can use it to quickly dodge attacks, move to a safer distance, or even move closer to your opponent. What's more, if you perform a dodge in a time frame for a perfect block, your opponent will lose his balance and it will be easier to break his defense. This is very interesting. I didn't know that. In a duel, the first to surprise the opponent with an unexpected maneuver often wins. Knowing a quick feint can help you do that. If you move to attack from one direction but quickly change direction just before your attack, your opponent will have less chance to parry the attack. Perfect block. The optimal block is one that is executed using the smallest necessary movement. This makes it fast, reliable, and opens up the possibility of immediately transitioning into a counterattack. The perfect block is the best way to deflect your opponent's attacks. It doesn't cost any stamina, and certain attacks can only be blocked with a perfect block. The shield on your combat rosette will lighten up green when you're able to perform a perfect block. If you attack right after performing a perfect block, you can perform a counterattack, a riposte. In combat, especially sword fighting, getting the timing of a counterattack right is half the victory. You can perform a riposte. Attack immediately after performing a perfect block. To perform a riposte, press the attack key as soon as your weapon touches the opponent during perfect block. A riposte can only be defended against with a perfect block. This technique is very effective against inexperienced swordsmen, and the duel of two master swordmen is often a chain of perfect blocks followed by ripostes until one of them slips up. Okay, head protection. Heroes wear helmets, but even the humblest subject has the sense to get something for his head when his master calls him to arms. It's simple. A good helmet, properly fitted and tied, will save lives than the most knowledgeable healer. If you are wearing a helmet, blows to the head will cause you 20% less damage. That's awesome. Steadfast. As has been said many times, it's important to tire your opponent in battle and to retain enough strength to defeat him. This skill will help you to parry even powerful blows with ease. Blocks will cost you 20% less stamina, and your shield and weapon will wear 20% slower by blocking. We have here an opening strike. The first strike doesn't have to be the final one. Instead, your intentions may be to prepare your opponent, especially if he is armored, so that you can strike a powerful blow later. If you successfully wound an opponent by a strike to an uncovered zone, a zone your opponent isn't blocking from, it will be more difficult for the opponent to block your subsequent attacks. Precise strike. Fortune favors the bold. That is certainly true, but it often favors the prudent too. And when it comes to sword fighting, you can be prudent and not rush your attacks unnecessary. With a fully charged sword attack, your sword fighting skill will count 3 higher. So your attacks will not only be stronger, but it will also be harder to parry. These are fast attacks, this is like a powerful attack. I'm gonna choose the fast one, I think. Okay, and with warfare, steadfast. And now we spent all our skill points. I'm sorry it took a while, but we had to do it. I did what I could and then took Bozina's advice and went to lie down. I slept till morning. Sir Hans seems healthy and in good spirits, and Bozina's daughter Pavlina called me for breakfast. I'd better not miss that. It seems like things are looking up. Our nourishment is 90%. Let's get up. New codex entry. Schools. Schooling did not develop until the end of the 11th century, mainly under the direction of monasteries and the church. The basic instruction in Latin considered of several liberal arts, the trivium, grammar, Latin, rhetoric, dialect, and the quatricum, mathematics, geometry, astronomy, and church music. During the High Middle Ages, there were 2-tiered Latin schools for boys. Girls were rarely educated. In fact, education generally did not hold the same value as it does today. Most of the nobility and wealthy bourgeois were illiterate and hired scribes when needed. Later, centers of secular education were established in the cities, the peak of which was the founding of the University of International Studies in Prague by Emperor Charles IV in 1348. Very interesting. I like that. Weapons. Humans have been using weapons made of wood, stone, bone, and antlers since the Paleolithic era. Initially, due to the materials used, piercing weapons like spears, knives, and arrows were the most common. Later, with advancements in metalworking techniques, slashing weapons such as daggers, axes, and swords began to be produced. Besides these two traditional types, we also know of striking, throwing, handheld firearms, artillery, and positional weapons. In the medieval period, spears, halberds, and crossbows were common. In villages, agricultural tools were often used as weapons. From the 14th century's cannons using gunpowder, known in China much earlier, started to be used in Europe, and firearms began to spread gradually. Records of the use of handheld firearms in Bohemia date back to the reign of Wenceslaus IV, with their use documented in 1398 during the siege of the Archbishop Court in Kije near Prague. I don't remember. What year are we in? If you know, please leave it in the comments below. Thanks. Okay, let's go and grab something to eat. So beautiful outside.
Look who's finally up! Henry! Come and join us!
Can I sit?
Good morning, Henry. You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you, too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking. Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bohemia told me what happened here yesterday. That's the 3rd time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
You should.
3rd time? What in God's name happened the first 2 times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
Sir Hans was captured by humans.
Well, there was this time when me and Hans had some fisticuffs in the tavern, and for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a human patrol.
Humans?
Brutal cutthroats, mercenaries from Hungary.
You haven't come across them? They're savages from the Hungarian lands. The core of Sigismund's army. Who knows what heathen gods they pray to? They hold nothing sacred. They pillage, rape, and murder. They razed my hometown of Skalitz to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleyov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were 2.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armor. It might as well have been 10.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favours the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
But you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
How Sir Hans took an arrow.
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Talmberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only, along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
Seat? He got shot in the backside.
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
How did you beat the cutthroat? Thanks for getting me there.
No, true. I'll never forget you for dragging me all the way here from the lake.
You're quite welcome. The Lords of Lipa do not leave their friends in the lurch.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zheleov, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Oh, Bohemia, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
Ah, but I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that spade. We can't manage without it.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bohemia.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana. This'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Leipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though, I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer. Sorry for coming late, Ma. I got held up in Troskowitz.
Of all places. And it's not the first time.
I know, but I was going past and I thought I'd try to sell some baskets and ointments there. And
Armor, we already read that. Crafting. Recipes? Swords, longswords, axes, other potions. Poisons, herbs. Yeah, but potion, chamomile brew. They said I received another potion. No? Or a recipe? 1 out of 25? Come on, for Savior Schnapps. Huh. I can use this to repair. Oh, saves your... I need to learn it. Do I learn it? Saves your game, and when brewed well, also increases your strength, vitality, and agility. You learned a new recipe, Savior Schnapps. Do you want to see it in your recipe book? Yes. So we need wine, nettle. We have nettle, and belladonna. We don't have belladonna. Alchemical formula. Add a nettle to the cauldron and boil for 2 turns. Grind the belladonna. Add the belladonna to the cauldron and boil for 1 turn. Finally pour. It's not that hard to make. But we need belladonna. Sir Hans is in better shape. We need to get a move on and continue our journey to Trotsky to deliver the message from Sir Hanush and Sir Radzi.
he charges nearly twice as much as we do, so it's no wonder folks buy from us. But I understand.
Do you have belladonna? St. John's Wort. Some manure, but unfortunately no belladonna.
I can take down a hare on the run, and a man's an easier target.
true enough. You've got a steady hand and an eye like a hawk. Not like me. But you know how it is. The less fuss going on around here, the better for us. And if anything does happen, we've got Growler, and he won't leave us in the lurch.
True. That animal is God's gift. Time to do something useful. The days are long, but there's no end of work to do.
Aye. Thank you, Pavlena. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Pavlena. Good girl, Pavlena.
God bless.
God be with you.
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trotsky Castle right away.
What about the rest of our company? We have to go back for Mutt. I saw Tooth at the pond.
What about the rest of our company? Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself. They didn't stand a chance. But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Trotsky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I'd known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
What about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
He saved my skin.
So did I. First Trotsky, von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
All right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you. So, should we get going?
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
I saw him. You don't believe me? I know it sounds
I
strange.
know how it sounds, but I saw him. Believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
Supplies from the kind lady. And some groschen too. Good Christians. That's what they are. Not gonna forget Bozina. Bozena. Oh, so this was the tutorial area. We didn't learn how to lockpick. Our supplies. These two guys always get in trouble.
Oh, I hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed.
I wonder how this is gonna go down. Because we're dressed worse than peasants.
Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord. Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! You know who I am?
No, we fucking don't. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai.
Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy.
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching, in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
Man, they really do judge a book by its covers.
Like it or not, get your shitty hands off me!
Look, wait. Wait, one moment!
This went as I expected.
What the fuck was that?
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
What?
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You try to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? Oh, I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
First, we have to wash and change. We have to get our letter back. We can always go back. We do need that letter. But first we have to wash and change.
The first thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, except we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
We'll earn some coin then. We'll go back to Ratai. Can't go back.
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work. And we're gonna need every groschen we can get.
And how long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
So what do you suggest? Going back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
You're right. Hanush would understand. What shame we were ambushed. You're right.
I suppose you're right. We'd be taken for total idiots.
Well, you could shrug that off. But me, we've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
You're not to blame for their deaths. Let's go back and bury them. I'm just as much to blame.
It's not your fault they died. Don't blame yourself.
We have to take care of their bodies at least. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Bajena's. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food. About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it?
What's that woman from the pond? Or the one you gave us away for?
Five bear of that witch. Wench!
What I tell you? What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
Sorry, I've seen you before. You're the woman from the pond.
You're the one from that pond?
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Oh, man.
Hey, youngster. If you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
I thought we divided up fairly.
Torag
only...
Me and Cabon finally reached Trotsky, but since we looked like beggars, the gate guards didn't believe we were messengers and wouldn't let us in to see von Burgov. We ended up in the tavern in Trotsky. Now we have to rack our brains and figure out what to do next. Without a message or any proof of who we really are, we won't get into the castle. We have to find another way to get to Lord von Burgov. I'm dirty and smelly. I should wash at the trough.
Give me the innards.
What was that? Daddy's wounded.
Oh, hi. Poor Captain Thomas might never get back on his feet. Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ.
Lord von Burgov is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
Aha! So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then. I'll be right back.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
I'm not a latrine cleaner. You were attacked by bandits.
We saw each other by that pond.
What pond? I haven't been at any pond.
You were attacked?
Yes, you were. You were attacked there by some bandits. You, some other women, and us too.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle, and I wasn't at any pond.
I don't know why you're trying to deny it.
And I have no idea why you're trying to deny it. I saw you with my own eyes. A couple of the bandits grabbed you, but their leader put a stop to it. It was all very strange.
Shut up! For God's sake! Someone will hear you. I wasn't at the pond, and that's that. And don't mention it again. To me or anyone else. Got that?
Why is she acting up
Here's
like
your
that?
wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Look, please. I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Burgov, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Burgov is getting ready to ride out.
Oh, shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again!
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Man, we're in a tough situation.
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
What for?
To get to work. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's why I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
From far away.
I ain't been further than the back off me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
Yeah, there was no sense in telling her where we were from. She wouldn't have known that place.
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truscovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bathouse wench.
Will Lord von Berghoff be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Samin is his vassal.
Who is this Samin?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Samin. The fort and the village belong to him. Old Jan Samin is the head of the family, and his son's called Olda. And it's him who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Doomslayer, since when was swearing a big thing in the medieval times? I thought they'd say some stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Samin, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
I think people have been swearing since times immemorial. Yeah, definitely before medieval times.
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of guests having an ale over there. Young Svaja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
It's interesting because every culture, every country, every language has different swear words. And in another language they don't mean anything. Or they might mean something completely natural and fine to say. What's life like here?
What's life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash. Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. But then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here, and that's a big problem.
Where can I find work here?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me, so don't bother looking anywhere else yet. But otherwise, you can find work anywhere. You just need to keep your eyes open and not be afraid to ask. Try Radovan the smith for one. He's a bit odd, but he'll pay decently for a helping hand. Come to mention it, he's sat just round the corner there, if you want to ask him about it. And that fella next to him is Miller Crazel. He needs helpers now and then, but watch out for him. You know what they say about Millers.
I've heard things, all right.
Well then, be careful.
Is this the only tavern here?
In Troskovitz it is.
You must be doing pretty well then, eh?
I'd be doing a lot better if everyone paid their bills.
Where do you want the sacks moved to?
To the pantry. That's the second door inside there. But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you. So you don't do yourself a mischief. It's his debt too, ain't it?
Is that all you know about the wedding?
What else is there to know? I'm just looking forward to being a guest and having someone serve me for a change.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. And what can I get for you?
Hey, I think I need to eat first.
Easy does it. Deep breath. We'll talk about it.
I talked to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Bergov is about to leave the castle.
Sacra! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down. Let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semin, a nobleman, is marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's the talk of the region. It's invitation only, of course. But maybe we could wangle our way in somehow.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like Von Bergov will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
I'll think of something.
I'll come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals and see.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking my noble pizzle?
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
Do you have any idea what you look like? Nobody will recognize you.
Come on. Nobody will recognize you.
Maybe not now, but what about later? People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar. As if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Oh!
Everyone has to work. Don't be spoiled. You'll just have to try it.
Work, your lordship, is an activity that all us common folk have to do when we need money. And it wouldn't hurt you for once either.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
Such a communist view. It's no wonder your tongue isn't aching. Nobody here needs a warrior. Where do I fit?
Which do I belong to?
Good question. Before I'd have said you were a peasant, but it turned out that you're a noble's bastard. And you're pretty handy with a sword. And you've even been in a monastery.
I'd rather forget about that.
You're a bit of everything. But if you get your hands dirty with labour, it wouldn't be such an offence against divine order as in my case. Pure blood, noble status and that. In short, be so kind as to get to work. I promise I'll make it up to you.
Are you really not gonna help me?
Are you really not going to help me? It's just a couple of sacks.
Come now, Henry. What did I tell you about Bella Torres and the natural order of the world? I simply cannot carry sacks.
Man, this guy. There's nothing else for it. Let's leave aside your aristocratic status. Stop behaving like a brat.
They say clothes maketh the man, and you don't look much like a noble right now. So, I don't think the natural order will collapse if you get your hands dirty.
What do you know about a nobleman's honour? It's not long since I had to drag one sack through the night, and if I hadn't, that sack wouldn't be here now. So I think I've done my fair share. I mean it, Henry. Stop trying to push me.
Suit yourself, then. So, you simply aren't going to work?
Come now, Henry. You can manage those few sacks by yourself.
Really? Me, with my injury?
Alone.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
How? By giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Lord Capon.
I know, my dear Henry. Such is my nature.
Ah, bastard. Huh, trade, shop. The shop screen consists of 2 parts, the merchant's inventory for buying goods and Henry's inventory for selling them. Selected items to buy and sell are placed in your basket, contents of which can be viewed in the upper right corner under Basket tab. The bottom bar will display information about current transactions such as how much money you and the merchant have and the total price for all the items in your basket. You can then buy them at the listed price or try haggling with the merchant. AD move between buying and selling, item category, item selected to buy or sell, sum of all items in your basket, value of item selected to buy, value of item selected to sell, trader's money, your money. Okay. What if we sell something? Saver, schnapps, soap. Oh no, these are the things the lady has. What about us? Oh, she's not buying any potions, is she? Fine. I get 0.1. Are you freaking kidding me?
What's taking so long?
for me. There'd have to be 2 of us. I couldn't manage a pig that size on my own.
You're not the fella who's supposed to carry the sacks, are you?
I'm supposed to move the sacks. Are you guarding them?
Aye. Thank God someone's bothered to come at last. The quicker sacks are moved, the better. You'll have your work cut out on your own. But don't look at me. I ain't gonna help you. I'll move each sack so you can get a better grip on it. But don't expect no more from me. Where is that?
As usual.
Man. As we couldn't pay our bill, the innkeeper suggested that we help her carry sacks of flour to the pantry, but Capon refused outright, saying nobles don't work, so it's up to me to carry the sacks. I should find out more about the upcoming wedding. I should get to work, the sacks are waiting. Hey, Salu, welcome. You tried playing the first game? You're not sure about the second one? I haven't played the first one.
Oof! That isn't half heavy.
Oh. Now where's the pantry?
One beer, please.
Huh. Oh, we need to go down.
I've just got this nasty premonition. What premonition? I've got a barrel of ale at home. I'm afraid it'll go bad on me soon.
Can we steal anything? Oh.
I'll have a beer. But what are friends for if not to help each other? Right. It's a deal. Go ahead and tell Frank.
Huh. Oh, would you look at that? Save your schnapps.
What a waste of money. Did you hear?
What if I use that save your schnapps? Food. Other. Where do I find the Savior Schnapps? Oh, here. Savior Schnapps 3. Saves the game, heals 20 health points, and increases strength, vitality, and agility by 2 for 2 minutes. Oh. Okay, let's drink it. Game saved. You got some Dutch courage. Alcohol has boosted some of your courage, but if you drink too much, it will start to weaken you. On top of that, you can addict to this, so drink in moderation.
Come to think of it, it was him who told me. Poor thing. Innkeeper, have you got anything to eat?
Aye, coming right up.
Did you hear about what happened at the big wheel? At the mill? Yeah.
Oh, I steal. Hold on a second. What buffs do we have? Overeating. No, we ate too much.
So what? I've just somebody did him in and chucked him into the water.
You proved fuck all. Remembering some words you heard in church doesn't make you a nobleman.
Uh-oh.
You're just without anyone noticing. Ignorant village yokel.
I think he's getting into trouble. Maybe we should pay attention to what he's doing. The fool's gonna get us into more trouble.
What did you say? Say it again. It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trotsky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smartass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
Don't insult our dead companions, you're the fool. Calm down.
Calm down, both of you.
I'm perfectly calm. It's your chum here who's ranting and raving.
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. And invite me to that wedding.
Oh, you want to come to the wedding, do you? Huh. I'll give you a piece of advice, pal. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith or the miller, you'll get to the wedding. You'll see the glorious occasion, at least from a distance. And you can stop spouting your pathetic lies.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. You're starting to bore me. You and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Don't do this, idiot.
I'm so scared.
Cut it out. Apologize.
Didn't you hear? Apologize to him.
Oh no! Reinforcements! I'm so scared! Take your numbskull friend and get out of our village. Right now!
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me? Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
Is it gonna be a fist fight? No.
You whoreson!
How did you do that?
Yeah, don't spare!
Hey! Get
Nice! All right! Yeah, these days, no one's ever really safe. Good!
I'll break your bones!
You're not my...
Take that!
Let him have it! Why
Now you're finished.
Don't spare
You want to
him.
try me?
Nice strike!
Shame on you! I'm gonna get you, you arsehole!
Let him have it! Nice strike! Nice hit!
Christ! Shit!
Slice him up!
Christ!
You're no match for us,
Show your stuff.
fucker!
That's right, man. Why'd you do it?
Hey, Scheiße! Slice him up!
Na los! Send my greetings to the devil.
Good strike! Nice strike! Now you're...
So nicht. What do you want?
Yeah! Don't spare! Now you're...
Oh no.
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds!
Bastards! This will cost you dearly. Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse. What? You behave like a spoilt brat. How dare you speak... You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle, but no, not his lordship. You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess. Oh yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it? Fuck off.
Shut up! Or you'll get a whipping too.
Just who the hell do you think you are?
I'm the only one of us with any sense. I'm not the one who acts like a spoiled child.
Spoiled child? You're in danger of crossing the line, Henry. Better keep your mouth shut. I shouldn't have brought you along.
Well, that's something we can agree on. I could have been sitting in the mill instead of rotting in these stocks.
And whose fault is that?
I was just defending you. Should I have let that fop beat you senseless?
I only wanted him to apologise. I'd expect my right-hand man to argue my case a bit better.
What do you think I was trying to do? What an idiot I was to stand up for you.
And what good did it do? Fuck all! If it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works.
And you...
Hey, let's just stop all this arguing. It'll just make things worse.
Fuck you! I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating. You were supposed to make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
Oh, that's enough. This isn't getting us anywhere. I understand you're downcast after all that happened to us. And I understand you need to take it out on someone. I can take it. But we shouldn't forget we have a job to do. And do it we must. Together.
That's exactly what I'm doubting. Everything goes to shit when you're by my side.
You don't really mean that.
He's pushing it.
Calm down.
I'm perfectly calm. That's it. My life went to shit from the first moment I met you. And I've only just realised it. You're like a ball and chain. And I'd have bagged that wild boar too if it weren't for you.
Well...
And none of the rest would have happened. I wouldn't have been showered in shit.
Oh, come on, Capon.
Don't you cape on me. Not another word. I'll have to consider what to do next.
Man, it's hot. Oh, come on. Make peace. Next morning, they kept us all day. All night. Oh my goodness. Medieval tortures, no joke. And we've lost even more of our goods.
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive. Otto!
Hey! Go!
Yeah, you thought they were gonna get rescued.
Oh, shit.
No.
Right, where were we? Go on, get out of my sight! What are we gonna do?
You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Berghoff at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
So we split up here. Oh,
Oh. Yeah. If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.
We're all alone. Man, I feel sorry. For both ourselves and for crime and reputation. Every one of your actions has consequences. If you commit crimes, the world around you and its people will react to them. What is a crime? Anything an honest Christian should avoid is considered a crime. One must not kill innocents, steal, break into other people's homes, harm people or domestic animals, and disturb their peaceful lives. Consequences of crime. If someone catches you committing a crime, they will report you to the guards or engage in a confrontation themselves. You aren't safe even if no one catches you red-handed. People aren't stupid, and they might deduce it was you who did it. You can find your information about your reputation in the player card P under the Reputation tab. Reputation affects how people treat you. If someone likes you, they'll greet you kindly, and merchants may even give you discounts. On the other hand, if they hate you, they may not even talk to you. You can improve your reputation by completing tasks. You can make it worse by committing crimes and acting dishonestly. The way you behave spreads among people, so if you help or hurt one person, others in the area will soon hear about it. Improving your reputation. A bad reputation can always be remedied by paying an indulgence or a penitent pilgrimage, which can be imposed by a priest. Unrest. If there's a lot of crime going on in an area, people will become more vigilant, arm themselves, and guards will call in reinforcements. Once things have been settled down, everything will return to normal.
I suppose I really do need to find some job. I'll find mutt without you, you stuck-up Lord of Perkstein.
Your reputation has dropped. If you want to improve your reputation in general. My reputation. Mills, people of the forest. Troskowitz. 35. The inhabitants of Troskowitz, the biggest town in the region, situated at the base of the Trotsky Hill. Civilians. The ordinary people of Troskowitz, traders, innkeepers, craftsmen, their apprentices, hands, and others. 57. The merchants, craftsmen, and apprentices, including the tailor, butcher, apothecary, and others. 68. Inhabitants, innkeeper, Betty, the help, the regular guests, men-at-arms, and the nobility. Our inventory, we have our stuff back. Okay, at least we're well fed. The Lion's Crest. B-O-I, tipster. Gain access into the wedding with the help of the blacksmith, with the help of the miller, Mutt. Find out what happened to Mutt. Oh, we're so far away. Wedding crashers. A grand wedding between Olda, son of Lord Seamine, and Agnes, daughter of the Troskowitz bailiff, is going to take place at Seamine. This could be the perfect opportunity to meet the Lord of von Burgo. I need to gain entrance into the wedding party no matter what. I need to get into the wedding party. Radovan, the Tachov blacksmith, could help me gain access to the wedding party, so I ought to speak with him. Kreslin, the lower sea mine miller, could help me gain access to the wedding party, so I had to pay him a visit. I should find out what happened to my loyal friend Mutt and take care of him. Maybe Capone is right that Mutt's dead, or maybe he isn't, but I ought to go and look at the place where Mutt fell and see for myself.
Hey, you! Aye. You're in the right place. Over here! Do you...
Villages of Trotsky region. Troskowitz, the first mention, is found in 1388 in connection with the nearby castle, but the village probably existed long before that. The village got its name from the rock on which the castle was later built, as the rock resembled the ruins of a castle from a distance. Tachov, a small village 1.5 kilometers north of Troskowitz, first mentioned in the sources in 1388. A nameless stream flows through it, emptying into the, I don't know how to read that, pond, forming cascades along the way and a waterfall about 10 meters high. Today the village is part of a protected area and the golden trail of the Bohemian paradise passes through it. Zhelov. There are only a few mentions of Zhelov. Zelezhov, Zhelov, I don't know. Notably, in 1558, the three sons of Lord Semine sold the fortress and the village to the Skaljepanstri. The fortress was abandoned during the wars with the Swedes.
Have anywhere to go?
What do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you. The scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz.
You're welcome. At least it was good for something.
Oh well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side. Now things can only get better.
True.
Yes, you're probably right. It doesn't get much worse than that. Unless somebody tries to kill me. Again.
You're still alive in one piece. It's a new day and the sun is shining. Like Tomcat always says, bruises build character.
Hey, you. What's your name, anyway? What do you do?
I'm Bara. Just Bara.
Looks like you know your way around here pretty good. You're from here, right?
I ain't. I'm just passing through.
Why exactly are you helping me?
Why? Why? Because you look like you need it. I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I know how appreciated a helping hand is in times like that.
You're something like a wanderer?
Nah, I usually find work with someone, stay for a while, and once I save a bit, I move on.
Then why are you begging here?
Sometimes I collect herbs for the apothecary, or help in the tavern. But I'd like to go somewhere else, so I'm scraping up whatever I can. But on the whole, you could say I'm a traveller or a nomad. But don't say it too loud. The locals don't take kindly to them.
Why?
Because they're different, and it scares people. They travel from place to place and take their home with them.
I'd like to see what their homes look like.
You can go and see them, just don't stare too long.
You're a gypsy. Reputation lost.
Where are you headed? If you're only passing through here.
For work, to the city. I'm tired of serving landholders. They all promise the moon, but then you're eating stale bread, cold porridge, and a nary a groschen in sight. With the city folk, it's bound to be better.
You said you were going to a city. You mean like to Prague? Or somewhere further?
I'd like to go to Prague, but I don't know anybody there. In Kuttenberg, at least I have a cousin.
Aha. So you're going to visit her?
Well, she doesn't know it yet. But I won't be troubling her long, just until I find a way to make a living.
What do you want to do in the city?
I'll find something. I'm not afraid of work. I'm not half-witted. Maybe someone could use a cook or a servant.
Don't get your hopes up. The city can be a pretty dangerous place for a girl on her own.
You mean they don't hand out groschen by the bucketful? And the streets aren't full of roasted stuffed geese? I appreciate your concern, but I have to get to the city first. That's going to take me a long while yet.
Tell me more about Tomcat.
Do you know anything more about Tomcat?
They say he's a master swordsman, but a real joker too. He loves showing off to girls.
How does he show off?
How does he show off for the girls?
With his muscles. He rakes logs with his hands. He even let himself be run over by a loaded hay wagon. Crazy. But to be fair to him, he sometimes helps people. Stanislav's sheep fell into a pit one time.
And Tomcat pulled it out?
And, not just that, he crawled down to get it. And when he found the poor thing had a broken leg, he carried it on his back all the way home.
Do you think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
No offence, but compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight.
I don't want to pull wagons, but if he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with him.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two.
Well, sure. If he's that strong, I'm not surprised.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know. Or at least that's what the poor man said.
Combat training, interesting.
Where might I run into Tomcat?
In the camp by the tower. That is, by Rock Tower Pond. He watches the camp for the nomads.
Should I watch out for them?
No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but strangers usually mean trouble for them, so they're careful. Try not to stare too hard and hold your tongue, otherwise Tomcat will show you some of his other skills.
Help me.
It's no wonder nobody wants anything to do with me. I look like a vagrant.
At least you're not walking around bare-assed, although that might not be a sorry sight.
Ah, very funny. I'd rather you tell me where I might get some clothes.
And what do you have in mind? Brocade and satin, a monk's robe, or perhaps Sir Brunswick's armour?
Huh, Sir Brunswick's armor? I'd rather not stand out too much. I could use some armor. I like to look like a noble.
What armour are you talking about? Sir Brunswick?
Oh, nothing. It's just a local legend. They say a famous knight lived here who killed a ferocious lion and saved a many-headed dragon. Or the other way round. It doesn't matter. I don't even know.
And is the armour real?
Maybe. Maybe not. Geibel, the scribe, might know something about it. He has a lot of learned books. I don't know my letters.
I'd like to look distinguished. Like the proper right hand of a highborn lord.
After what you did here, I'd say your days as a right hand are over.
Still, I don't want to look like some yokel.
Without money, you can't deck yourself out in much finery. You'd certainly find something fancy in Bartoszek's workshop. And if anybody asks, you didn't hear it from me.
Okay.
Thanks. These'll come in handy.
Just don't get yourself caught again.
I really need something to wear.
I can see that. Save up for something or use those lockpicks. Either way, I can't help you anymore.
I have no money. I might as well beg on the village green like you.
The hell you will. This is my turf. Here you go. I'll skip supper. It's partly your doing anyway.
Wow. I mean, thank you. Seriously.
Yeah, don't start crying. You'd better find some work quick.
5 groschen. Wow, I'm rich.
Damn. I could use a horse. It'll take years to get to Semin on foot.
Don't exaggerate. This province is small.
Still, it would be faster with a horse.
There's a stud farm in Semin, renowned far and wide.
And which way is Semin?
Southwest from here, not too far. There's a road goes right there from the green. Just go down the hill. Once you see the walled farmhouse, you're there. Though, I'll be a queen before you can afford a horse from Semin.
Don't have anywhere to sleep.
Do you know where I might find accommodation?
Betty in the tavern lets people sleep in the hay. But you have to pay.
I'm not going near that tavern. I'd catch hell again. Got any other ideas?
If you find some work, maybe you'll get a place to sleep too.
Maybe at the blacksmith.
My main concern is getting to that wedding in Semin. Do you know anything about that celebration?
Well, yeah. People are talking of nothing else. The Lord's son is getting married to the sister of that lout he was fighting with.
How much time do you think I have? Have the preparations already begun?
From what I hear, the bride's dress still ain't finished and blacksmith Radovan still ain't started smithing the gift for the groom. So, no rush.
Hopefully
good
by
to know.
then I'll find a way to sneak in.
Okay.
Oh well. It was nice to meet you, but I should probably get going. Get a job, and so on.
Don't worry, you'll manage. Till we meet again.
Thanks. New codex entry, beggars. Although beggars were on the fringes of society, they held an inedible place in it. In cities, they were hospitals designated for them, and the church also provided assistance. Begging was allowed at cemetery gates and in front of churches, and each beggar could occasionally visit baths at municipal expense. Interesting. Yeah, today I don't think anyone pays for them to wash. Some monks regularly begged too, called almsmen and mendicants. The beggars were well known and tolerant in their communities, but by contrast, it was believed that foreign and wandering beggars brought misfortune. There was seldom any shortage of alms, because charity and gifts to the poor were considered prerequisites for salvation. Oh, so this is general characters. Society. Crafts, events. Oh my goodness, so much. I need to read. I'm gonna read it, I promise. Okay, first, I need to take a short break. I don't know if I'll continue now or the next time, but I really need a short break right now. Be right back.